Hello everybody, this is Freja Enjoy from I'm in New Delhi in India, and it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful new earth here where I am, and I have these wonderful feelings about all these changes that are coming now. We have them already and they are going to continue, and this is all about we are changing, and the changes are very, very, very they are very fundamental, and I would like here to talk about this. I would like here to talk about these changes and about how I have come across these changes in my work with transformation and the ascension process, and the people I have supported and assisted in this ascension. And for I don't know how many years ago, maybe it has been since I think it was since I began to channel the Dolphin Collective in 1999. I began to have this also information about the spiral. I then call it the spiral theory. It's my name is Freja Enjoy, and it's called the Freja's spiral theory because I was working out I was channeling this and working it out, looking at it, and I've seen it, and I also been talking some in some other video and writing on about it, some articles, and I see that I'm very, very grateful and happy that I could make other people listen to my theory, because we were talking, it was a lot of talk about timelines, and also as I have a background as a medical anthropologist, I have also looked at this with a different perspective of time and timelines and all this long before in the 90, because as an anthropologist you also study I was studying all the rural, the original people in different countries all around the world. So the different, like I'm in India now, they have their ideas from the beginning, and like in the Native Americans, they have their ideas and so on, and African tribes have their ideas. So that was nothing new for me to look at time from different perspectives, and this is very interesting. And now people talk a lot here, in let's say social media, like Instagram maybe a bit, Facebook a lot, and in a lot of websites today they talk about timelines. And I was talking about spiral lines, because for me it doesn't work if time lines, because a line is like a straight path, and everything works like in a spiral. So my theory is about this, and I could see when I put out these articles that some other authors that write articles did after a while change and talked about spiral lines instead of timelines. So I'm very grateful that I could be a part of this changing movement. I'm very grateful for that, because this, you know, about this spiral theory, it's about everything. We can begin to look at the DNA spiral, and that's the beginning of life. So the beginning of life is formed as a spiral. And then I take it very briefly here first now, and I will see how deep I will go into this in this video. But I got a strong message now from my Pleiadian friends and also Arcturian friends, and my friends in the Dolphin Collective, that I should talk about this in a video here now, because it's very interesting and it's a very good tool to have this knowledge when you go through your transformations, because everything, you can look at it when you go through your changes. A very good tool. Oh, my arm. I did forget to have my tool with me to hold the camera, so I'm getting tired with my arm. Sorry, I tell you this. I don't know. It's not going to be a long video because I can't So the thing is that a very good tool is if you write down where you are. You look at where you are in different areas of your life. This is different areas of your life, like you can say your creative work situation, your work situation, your private life situation, your relationship situation, your economic situation, where you living, your situation, how your home is, and your situation in relation to the environment around you. And you can go on and you can write down this, and you can do your own checkup. You check up where you are right now, and then you write down what changes you want to do, and then you follow yourself for years. You follow yourself, and you can check up how are you doing and where do you want to go. I say this now as a beginning of this talk about spiral theory, because I'm working as an ascension guide. I have a Facebook group, and I have friends on Facebook who are also ascension guides, and we all work, as I have seen, in different ways. And I work in my way, and I would like to give this knowledge to you now, because this I haven't seen anyone else do, because I have seen it's very in my opinion, from my perspective, how I work as a healer and an ascension guide, and and teacher, for me it's a little bit shallow, because it's a lot of talk just about what's going on the surface, and it's like people have to take care of all that's going on inside their own way and find out how to do things. And it sounds like it's only had to do with you are getting all these light codes coming in and you just have to breathe them in, and then you're gonna go on in the ascension process. It's a part of it. Yes, that's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's totally divine, amazing, and it is the divine plan. But we are here as human beings. We need to know what tools to work with through these processes. It's not just to take in and be open-hearted and open-minded. It is also to learn things consciously. And I do this video now in great love, for you all, because I want you to have this knowledge now, so this can help you when you are going deeper, because the work is about going inside. It's all about going inside you, yourself, going inside in yourself. And we can talk about, this attraction, law of attraction and all these things, how to manifest and all this. But it comes later. In my perspective, it comes later. You can have it in the picture. You do write what you dream of. You do a picture. And then you write more about different parts and see where you stand now. And then you do your, you make your dream on the paper. You write down what you want to change. And then you work in that direction. And sometimes you're gonna do very, very good and successful and quick changes. And sometimes it's gonna take longer time. It's just the way it is. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful that it works that way, because it's a natural way. It's like nature work. It's a natural evolution. It's not like an robot or a computer works. We are, as human beings, so much more advanced than any computer any human being have created. We have to always remind ourselves of this. And so what's happening when you look at this in the spiral theory is that, take for example that we take 3. I just take 3. You can count how many you want areas in your life that exist, and energy bodies and so on. I take 3. I take the relationship, I take the emotional, and I take the economical. So, where do you stand right now? You may have challenges in one kind, like in the feelings, and other challenges in the one with relationships, and in the third one, the economic, you will have other challenges. So what happens? What happens is that this is connected to the law of karma. And it also works in spirals. So, in karma, when you go a circle, you learn something. And if you don't learn the lesson that was meant, because this is the divine plan, it's 100% universal galactic divine plan. So if you don't learn your lesson, you're gonna go around again in the circle, around and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. You repeat until you learn your lesson, then you go on. And this is the spiral theory, is the essence of it. So you understand, of course, now that this is a never-ending spiral that it's about. But if you want change in your life, positive change, good change, you have to be conscious of what you want to change. And you have to work consciously on it. You have to know what you want to change and where you want to go and how to change it. That's why I'm saying this. I'm saying this because I know this. I know this. It's not something I read. I did the theory and I worked it for, I worked with this 40 years. I've been a researcher since I was 20 years. And I've been a researcher that is much more researching around outside the university. I also have the education on the university later in my life, but I was a researcher long before, because the university world does restrict my work. So I was not allowed to say the things I saw because of that, because it's a patriarchal structure. It's a 3D matrix. So my research work it's quantum, it's multidimensional. So, and this is my biggest interest in my life. This is my love. I love this. I love this. Because everything in lives come in this theory. Everything. My life and the environment's life, all animals, trees, nature, other beings, everywhere comes into this. Everything comes into this. And everything is valued divine. Everything is divine. Nothing is better, nothing is worse, nothing is right or wrong. This is fifth dimension and higher dimensions I talk about now. And I've been working with that so long. And now I'm so happy because so many people are awakening, and I am also awakening. Even I'm working so long with this and been aware of it. I'm working in different dimensions. There's different parts all the way. So that's what I mean with these spirals and the different parts you can look at, that it's never ending. Because me as a star seed and a Blu-ray, I also have my DNA upgraded, and so I come much closer to my divine source, my blueprint, my divine source blueprint, why I'm here, of who I'm really am as this in this human being body here on Earth now. And so I get, when my DNA is upgraded, I get in contact with much more information from my divine source. And some things I just have to really wait for until it's time for me to reveal. And so for me this is a very, very, very wonderful, beautiful moment now that I can reveal this for you now. I'm so happy and so grateful that I can reveal this for you now. This I do reveal now, because I have waited so many years to have the possibility to talk about this and tell about this. This is so wonderful, so wonderful. So the thing is, if you look what I said, I have to say a lot around this, because I want you to understand and begin to understand. And maybe you've seen a lot of this before, but it doesn't matter. The thing is that you get this information like a little bit comprimated like this here from me now, and then you have to live this yourself. Because it's never about the theory, it's never about the words, it's always about your own experience. Always. It's your own experience it's about. It's about you living this from your inside of you. It's your soul. You are the soul. It's not about what others say or do or write or whatever. It's about you and your experience. But the tool I give you now, I give you these tools because I want you to be helped by them. So what you do, is that you look at, you have to memorize or write down different areas that are important for you to change. And then you work on how you will go to a new level in that area. That's the way you go out from the old karma and you go into the new wheel. So and all this ascension process, and so many talk about, that's going on for so many people all around the world now. It's helping this. It's a help for all this. And also that this is about the DNA upgrade so much. It's step after step after step. And when you are open to receive, you will receive. But I say I can see and understand that it's possible to do it without having conscious knowing about also the tools and the processes you have inside of you. So in some ways, sometimes life makes things happen just so you will change. You have to be forced to change your life, to see what's going on, what you need to change in your life for the better, for yourself. And it's very interesting and fun too. And sometimes I say this to you and give you these tools now because it's more comfortable that you work yourself consciously on the different areas in your life and do this spiral theory. I hope I told you now how to do it. I hope so. I also would like to say that if someone of you who listen to my video now have questions about this spiral theory and how to work with it, because I have all the experience of this work I've done this writing down things and working on looking at myself for I began when I was 20 years. So it's over 40 years ago. So I talk about from experience. This is my knowing. It's not something I read in a book. I read a lot of books. I read so much books. I love books. But the wisdom comes from knowing, and that comes from own experience. So please, you are welcome to write in, comment under in this video if you want to have if you want me to answer your questions. You are welcome. So yes, I really can see that so many of you are doing so good work. And we have a fantastic it's fantastic times, and yeah. I think this will be enough now, and please write in the comments if some questions you have. I love you all very much. Unconditional divine love from me, Freja Enjoy, here in New Delhi, in India. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.